Hi y'all, today I'm going to share with you a recipe my family has had for quite a while now. It's tomato bacon crostini. I've made it gluten-free with my artisan bread, and it really showcases fresh summer tomatoes. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. This is my gluten-free artisan bread. Many of you have made this bread before. I shaped this a little bit longer and thinner so it's like a baguette style. And I made 2 of them, and now I'm just cutting them on the bias into 1/2-inch slices for the base of the crostini. If you haven't made this recipe yet, you need to, of course, go back to that video or that recipe. I'll leave links above, below, everywhere for that recipe. And you will be just amazed at how wonderful this bread is. Now, this bread happens to be a couple days old, so it is stale, and that is just fine because you're going to crisp it up anyway, and you won't know the difference at that point. So I'm getting to the nub of this, and I will not throw this end piece away. I'm going to use that for breadcrumbs, and I have a recipe for that. I'll soon make a video on how to do that. We'll put these on a baking sheet. My baking sheet looks way old and overused. Hopefully yours doesn't look this bad. And we will brush them on both sides with olive oil. You can also drizzle both sides, it doesn't matter. And we'll get them into a 400-degree Fahrenheit oven and bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes or until crusty, flipping over halfway through. I wanted to make this as simple as possible for y'all, especially considering that we have to break out the stand mixer or a heavy-duty mixer to make the bread itself. So I wanted to do this in a bowl just with a spatula, and it's not turning out quite as well as I wanted, and that's because my AC works so well, and thank God, because we are going through a heat wave right now. But your cream cheese should be at room temperature unless your room temperature is super cold. And in that case, you want it softer than room temperature. So I'm adding to this some mayonnaise and salt and pepper. And I'm going to actually switch to a whisk so I can really get the lumps out of this because it is so cold in here. And like I said, thank God for AC because it is like nearly almost 100 degrees out right now. And nobody wants that. I don't know. Somebody might want that, but not me. I'm good with 90, but 100, I don't know. So now we can add in the chives, and it's just like a tablespoon of chopped fresh chives and bacon. And this is about 2 to 3 slices of bacon that have been cooked, cooled, and crumbled. So just mix that together and that's all done. So now we can assemble them. And I'm just putting about a tablespoon of the spread onto each piece of crostini, and I'm adding a half of one of my homegrown tomatoes. You can also use Roma or something smaller like that. And I actually cut up some chives into about 1-inch little pieces, and I'm crossing them on top. That is totally optional, but it kind of tells everybody what's in it and just makes it look pretty. And then I'm sprinkling on salt and pepper, and now we can serve and eat. Y'all, these are so addictive and so good that I could actually eat them as a meal and have eaten them as a meal. They're just that good. So I hope you get a chance to make them and enjoy.